Hi everybody. So over the last few months we've been talking about reducing the amount of waste that we produce, including electricity and water, and we've been talking about reusing things instead of throwing them out. If you have clothes, you give them to somebody else if you can't fit into them anymore, things like that. And we've been talking about recycling and doing a lot of recycling. And here's a book called Why Should I Recycle? And it's illustrated by Mike Gordon. And so here we go. Why should I recycle? In my family, we recycle our garbage. We return things so they can be used again. We didn't always recycle. We used to throw everything away. On our way to school, we always passed Mr. Jones's house. Mr. Jones is our teacher. One day we saw him putting a special box with cans, bottles, and papers by the gate. "What are you doing?" "This box is for recycling. All these things are taken away and used again," said Mr. Jones. "What's recycling?" "I'll explain at school." In class, Mr. Jones asked us what we did with our trash. "We put it in the garbage can. It's just old garbage." Mr. Jones said garbage contained lots of useful things that can be recycled or used again. "Why should I recycle?" Mr. Jones took the class to a recycling center. It had separate containers for bottles, cans, plastic, clothes, and paper. "What do you think happens to all the glass that goes in here?" asked Mr. Jones. "It all gets broken down to make new shiny bottles." "And guess what happens to all the cans that go in here?" asked Mr. Jones. "They get melted down to make new metal things, such as bikes and scooters." "Wow! And what about the paper and plastic that goes in here and here?" Mr. Jones asked. "The paper gets shredded and used to make new books and comics. All these things come from the garbage we just throw away. This plastic can be used to make all kinds of things, including clothes. You might be wearing some plastic now," said Mr. Jones. "So why waste? Most of the garbage we put in the trash gets buried in dumps that spoil the countryside. It's good to recycle as much as you can," said Mr. Jones. "So what else can we recycle?" "Clothes, books, and toys that you don't want can all be taken to the second-hand store," explained Mr. Jones. "The food we buy in supermarkets comes in packages that can often be used again." "Don't waste, Mom." "I told Mom and Dad about our trip to the recycling center. Now we buy recycled things at the stores. Recycled paper helps to save trees. We always recycle the plastic bags too. We brought our own bags. Thanks." "We also recycle everything at home. Fruit and vegetable peelings get recycled in our new compost heap. The compost helps my mom's prized vegetables to grow. Now we recycle so much garbage, there's hardly any left to put in the can. Recycling is kind to nature. It saves money and it's fun." So I know they talked about compost here, and many of you might not have compost in your homes. So just in Jersey City, at most farmers markets, there's a place where you can take all your vegetable peelings and things that's organic matter, and you can just take it there to the compost at your farmer's market. Have a great summer, everybody.